Okay, so our topic is Relational Database, Chapter 4 of your ebook under Romney. So we have 6 objectives here. So first, it's explain the importance and advantages of database, as well as the difference between the database system and a file-based legacy system. Second, explain the difference between logical and physical view of a database. Third, explain fundamental concepts of database systems such as DBMS, the schema, the data dictionary, and the DBMS language. So it's more on technical ito, no? So fourth is describe what a relational database is and how it organizes the data. Create a set of well-structured tables to store data in a relational database. And the sixth, perform simple queries using the Microsoft Access database. So yung Microsoft Access natin, you can download it on your 365, Office 365, no? Pero hindi ko pa din siya na-download sa akin. Kaya nagka-problema ako sa downloading of Microsoft Access. Okay? So, tingnan natin if we can perform number 6, no? So, definitely yung ma-perform lang natin is 1, 2, 5. Okay. So, your ebook start with the case of SNS, no? So SNS is a successful and successful operation nag-operate sa 5 stores. No? Popular website, Ashton, Fleming. Okay, so yan. Gusto nila i-upgrade, no, yung system nila to AIS. Okay, so that they can access information they need to run their business. Kasi ang layo, no? 5 store. So, and then they found out that most of the AIS are using relational database. Okay? So, kasi mag-question sila, no? So, since Ashton knows that Scott and Susan are likely to have questions, so he prepared a brief report that explains why SNS, new AIS, should be a relational database. Bakit relational? Bakit hindi classified? So, ano ba yung mga example ng flat file system? Usually, our example for flat file system is the Microsoft Excel. Okay? Microsoft Excel is a common flat file system. Okay? Hindi siya database. So, ano ba yung mga database natin? We have several database. No? We have accounting information system. We have the payroll, mga database. Yan. Group of records or group of files, no? They are interrelating with each other. There are some kind of relationship. Okay, recall yung previous lesson natin. Meron tayong attributes. We have also records. We have also file, and we have also the database. No? So, yung database natin, these are group or interrelated files. And then, makikita na din dito yung mga records and the different attributes of the particular person, place, or thing, no? Or mga entity natin. So, relational database, this is kind of modern integrated AIS. No? So, in this chapter, i-define natin si database. No? Understand natin ano yung relational database structure. Okay? So, let us first differentiate the files versus the database. So again, database is a set of interrelated, centrally coordinated data files that are stored with as little data redundancy as possible. Okay, as much as possible, walang data redundancy. Kasi they are sharing same data files, no? Like your QuickBooks. QuickBooks, no, is a program. Then you will put already your data files there, magiging database na yun, no? So we have master data of your company, master data of your customer, supplier, and your item list, no? Later, I will upload the crack of the QuickBooks so that you can also ma-download na ninyo. So, medyo matagal kasi yung uploading. So, if meron na tayong time, I will upload that. So, titingnan niyo na lang doon sa doon sa project, doon ko siya ilagay, no? Project section of your virtual classroom. Makikita na ninyo later. So I will put already your QuickBooks there, even matagal pa yung ating laboratory, so that you can identify already, no, the mga ano yung mga files, no, in your QuickBooks. Makikita natin, no, and also you can appreciate the database system because this is our topic, no. So again, we have some figure here. Ito yung database natin. This is the hierarchy, na basic elements of the data hierarchy. So we have the field. Field is consider your attributes of your customers, no? Yung record ng customer natin, no? We have several attributes: customer number, customer name, the street address, city, state, and zip code. Okay, and then we have also your record. So record of 1,000 customers. So, dagdagan na siya, no? And then you have your file of your customers, sales file, and then inventory file. This is your master files. So yung database, siya nag-control niyan, no? Different files. So hindi lang limited ito na ganito, but we have several files, no? Depending on your needs of your company. So this is a sales system. Kasi merong customer, merong sales, meron din tayong inventory. So if it is a purchase system, mga POS, meron tayong mga supplier file, no? If it's payroll system, there is this employees file. Again, we have several records, no? Record of customer, record of transactions per sale, and records of your inventory, and we have these attributes or the field. So database is set, no? Coordinated file. And then, meron dapat yan silang relationship with each other, no? Okay? Para when we get some data, automatic, the information, the attributes of that particular record, magagamit on the second file. Let's say, for example, the sales file. Gagamitin yung record ni customer and also on the inventory file. So, yun ang kagandahan ng database natin, no? Little data redundancy, or wala na talagang redundancy of data kasi they are sharing the same data with each other, no? Unlike on a flat file system like Excel, you need to encode again if you want that data, or if you want that file that magamit on the sales or marketing side, you get the customer file, encode it again, no? So there is redundancy of data. Kung flat file lang, kasi plain lang yan siya. But for database, there is relationship between several files. So kaya, mas importante if you want to make your decision making efficient and more timely, so it is a must, or it is recommended that you put your system, that your accounting system, your payroll system, they are in database, no? Para to avoid ma-lessen yung time, no, on encoding the data. Okay. So in the database, we have this DBMS, the Database Management System. This is a program that manages and controls the data and the interface, no, between the data and the application program that use the data stored in the database. So we have several DBMS. So it depends upon the programmer anong ginagamit nila na DBMS. So pwede Java, Visual Basic, Visual Fox Pro, kahit anong mga programming, no? Ang merong mga latest ngayon, no, ng mga programming. Okay, so these are the database management system, no? It manage and control the data and the interface. So we have also the database administrator, the one who is responsible, no, for coordinating, controlling, and managing your database. And of course, we have the database system, which is the DBMS also, no, and the application program that access the database through the DBMS. So when you are making a program, meron dapat yung user interface, no, nga ma-access yung ating mga records and our mga files. So if you will look on the QuickBooks, meron tayong user interface doon nga Okay, we have the customer, you can access it here. You have your supplier, you can access it here. When you have your sales order, ma-access mo din yan, and your purchases, no? So, siguro hindi nyo pa ma-appreciate kasi hindi nyo pa nakita si QuickBooks. So, kaya nga, ano natin yun, ilagay natin doon sa project so that you can appreciate the database, no? Para ma-appreciate natin. Okay. In database, kasi we have several database, no? We have the database of the government. We have also the database of the private institution. We have the database of the customers, the e-commerce platform, etc. And also they have offline and online database, no? Ang iba nilalagay online, no? For SNS, yung case natin, dapat online yun kasi they have 5 store, no? Kung 5 store yan and different location, mahihirap yung interacting with the different files, no? So dapat i-online yun siya para at least ma-monitor ng owner, no? Ma-monitor ng owner how much is the sale for today, how much is the remaining inventory, no? Meron pa bang mga inventory na need i-purchase, no? That's one of the decision na gagawin ng owner, no? So kung walang database system, mahirapan si owner, no? Especially if it is a flat file system, you need to ask pa, no? For example, meron tayong example dito, no? Tingnan natin. Kaya ito. This is a flat file and this is a database approach. Let us differentiate. No? Kasi in a flat file, you have a master file for your sales. You have different master file for your shipping. You have also a different master file for your billing. Okay? Na siya. But in the database approach, isa lang yung ano natin kasi although they are different files here, but they are sharing. Gina-share na yan ng sales program, gina-share na yan ng shipping program, and your billing program. But there is this DBMS system, no, nga nag-control on that particular master file of your database. So in a flat file, in the file approach, ito, no, kasi pwede ito Excel, no, Excel, meron tayong sale program sa Excel. Okay, meron din tayong file for your shipping program and your billing program. Pwede na, ganun, no? Pwede na siya inganaon. But, walang coordination between the sales, between the shipping, between the billing kasi they have different files. So, if ganito, ang mangyayari, say for example, customer A change the address, no? The location of their address, no? Kasi naglipat ng bahay. And then, hindi mo pa siya na-update on the shipping. So, for example, si pack A, customer A dito, no? So, meron siyang customer ID, customer address, ana-ana, no? So, nag-change ng address. So, what will happen if there are updating of address? So, if ganun na mangyari, you need to update this one, master file 1, you need to also to update master file 2, update another master file 3. No, ganun ang sitwasyon if it's a file approach. While on the database approach, you only have one update. So you just update this, all the rest they will use that system na, no. So kung mag-file approach tayo and then nag-shipping tayo, no, then mali ang address na ni customer A dito. Okay? And you ship it to the wrong address. So, it will cost another money, no? Kasi return address, ganon. And then, it is very costly, of course, kasi we have the transportation. Babalik ulit sa iyo, no? So, kaya mas advantage if it's a database approach. Pero, meron tayong situation din dito na what if there is an authorized access to the database? So kung mangyayari yun, unauthorized access, okay, it's still costly, no? Somebody change the file of customer A, no? And then you send it again to that wrong address. Oh, balik na po siya diri, no? Pariharagi ako ng situation. Kaya nga, meron tayong monitoring on your database approach, no? Somebody will control it, and then hindi basta-basta ma-access ang ating mga data files. Okay? So we have already different database. So we have government, private institution, and they already put it in online. Especially ngayon, no? My God, upgrade. Running out of time yan, mali. Okay. Okay, balik ta. So we have this data warehouse. Data warehouse, no? No, just imagine lang yung inventory warehouse, no? Ito, warehouse of several data. No? Very large database containing detailed and summarized data for a number of years, no? These are used for analysis. No? And kasagaran, this is secondary data. No? We have data from the SEC, Security and Exchange Commission, the financial statements of different companies. We have also data for the, of course, the population, di ba? The NSO, merong no? And then, ang daming mga warehouse, no? Daming warehouse online, na marami ding warehouse online, no? The, ano pa, the, kaya nga ma-monitor ganitong mga ilang population ang country natin, di ba? Ma-monitor sino yung mga unemployed, mga ilang percentage ang unemployed, ma-monitor din yung GDP natin, no? So that's part of the data mining and business intelligence, no? Itong business intelligence, this is analyzing large amounts of data. This is used for strategic decision making, no? Ito, importante siya in business especially kasi from your data mining, you mine the data, you look for possible, let's say for example, possible or product, no, that will be saleable in the market. You look for the preference of your customer, no? From your data mining, and of course you have your analysis on the large amount of data. Pwede yan siya, no? So, magagamit na siya, no? Kaya nga meron tayong research and development costs in accounting. No? Galing yan from your researches. So, if it is ng manual, meaning you conduct some interview first, no? Interview with your respondents so that you will gather the data, no? But now, kasi we have already the internet naman, and then in the internet, they put already their data there. So, meron tayong analytics, no? Mga statistics, no? Just to get, no, the latest trend of the people nowadays, no? So, makikita mo man din yan when you look on your Facebook, no? That somebody will put you some ads, and then matingala na lang kayo your ads galing from your whatever your preference, no? Kasi nagmamine yan sila, nag-analyze yan sila based on your possible searches, no? In your Facebook, or if you will look on your email ad, no? There are some promotions, no, on your email ad, and then tingala ka nga, somebody get your email and then put some promotion there because they have found that you have some possible searches in Google, and then nakikita na you like this product, and then kaya they use it for marketing purposes. So, usually marketing purposes ang ating business intelligence, no, and our data mining. Pero meron naman din iba na this is used for decision making, no, in looking for the trends, on looking for the analysis, no, the benchmarking of the average income, the average profitability, the average liquidity. It's also another story, still part of the business intelligence, no, on the kanang strategic planning side, no, not on the marketing side. So when you say strategic planning, you will look on the liquidity of the company, the profitability of the company, of course, for decision making, no, whether you will promote another business or you will shut down your own business because hindi na siya profitable. So still, that's part of my business intelligence. Okay, and then we have OLAP. There are two main techniques in using business intelligence. We have the OLAP and the data mining. So when you say OLAP, online analytical processing, no, using queries to investigate hypothesized relationship among data. Okay, so if you have already a database system, if you are already hired by a certain company and they have their database, you can also investigate relationship among the data, especially if you are hired in a manufacturing company. Kasi the target of business is you want to minimize the cost, maximize the profit, di ba? So it's more on the costing, costing side, direct labor, factory overhead nga na. So you need to minimize that cost, So you put some relationship on the data. So papasok yung statistics, mga statistics approach, the MRA, the multiple regression analysis, the regression, yung sa research ninyong subject, papasok yan. Because of this, you need to investigate kasi you need it for future, future reference kasi you want to be effective and efficient in your operation. So, yan, magagamit si query language, using query language. Again, ang mentioned in the book is query language using the database, the Access, Microsoft Access. So, titingnan ninyo ang inyong computer if you have your Microsoft Access. Okay? So, ayan. So, dapat meron tayong proper control. Kasi kung walang proper control, walang significant benefits yung data warehousing natin, So, meaning you need to have validation control that is needed, to ensure that your data warehouse input is accurate. Kasi there are lots of data online. Marami na mga data online, And then if you are using that data, so you need to validate it first, what particular source, so saan siya, verifiable ba yung source? And then also, titingnan mo din kung tama ba yung mga data. So ayun, So, ang sample dito is the Bank of America, Meron silang customer information database to provide customer service, marketing analysis, and managerial information. So, this is the large banking industry. So, marami siyang mga information. So, ang mangyayari nito, if merong talagang unauthorized access on this database ay kawawa yung mga tao. Kaya merong mga particular firewalls, may encryptions of your database. So, if you happen, nakadungog mo sa news ng last summer, di ba? Nahack yung database ng Do you know that story, no? Wala mo kabalo. Aside from the University of Mindanao, ang daming school nga nahack, no? Pero kuan man to nadakpan man ang hacker, So, kung magamit kasi yung mga information natin, dili ko madunggan. Dili lagi na ako madunggan sa mga. How ba? Okay, nagka-problema yung siguro mga kuan, Okay. So, ang possible kasi if somebody will hack and there's an authorized access to your database, and somebody will use it for fraudulent activities, especially for banking, Kaya yung bank, meron silang mga protocol dyan, nga dili pwede ma-hack. Kasi kung ma-hack yan, kuha yung mga passwords and then online banking, matingala na lang ka, nawala na ang imuhang hard-earned money in the bank, Yun ang nangyayari sa, merong case sa BDO, meron ding case sa BPI. Kaya dapat meron tayong mga proper control on that, So, again, maraming advantage yung database system, yung sinabi ko na kanina, Wala nang there is already integration of data. Of course, there is sharing of data. Na minimize na yung data redundancy and data inconsistencies kasi only once lang man yung storing of data and they will use it to different system. And of course, we have also the data independence and there is cross-functional analysis. So, ang dami mga advantage ni database, compared to flat file system, ang more advantage here talaga is mahirap kaya yung mag-encode ulit ka ng data, mag-type ulit ng data and then use it to other applications. So, kaya medyo time